can do it. Okay. Okay. And yeah, in this week, we are learning about the decision making, and the more recent approaches to the decision making. And traditionally, so we believe that we are rational and that we can calculate everything. And then, we can make a best choice. However, recent years, we have a limited data, we have a limited information, and we have a limited reasonings. We are limited. Okay, and we use brain in order to make a choice. However, we get to know we are emotional creature. So then we use our emotions when we make a choice. That's our recent understanding. After the Tversky and Kahneman's prospective theory. Okay, and more recent years, especially in the 21st century, we get to know better about it, the human decision making. And then today, we will talk more about that. In 21st century, how we get to know about it, our human decision making. Okay, so we learned that. That's a prospective theory. Okay, so absolutely, we are not free from the bias and the heuristics. Negativity is stronger than the positivity. When we make a choice, we always think more about it, our negative loss than the gain. That's our prospective theory. So our emotions work. That's what we have learned yesterday. And yeah, today, I want to introduce several the very interesting practice in managing the people. Do you know this? The men's urinal. Do you know this? The men's urinal. Boys, men's urinal. I'm sorry for ladies. Okay. So when you go to the airport, maybe some men's urinal. Okay. When you go to the men's restroom or the toilet, okay, so maybe you can see this kind of the urinal. However, do you know that a few number of the boys, you get to know that there is a fly. There is a fly in the urinal. Do you know that? Have you ever seen that? Absolutely. Okay, Ellen, you know that. In airport. Anybody else? Anybody else see this kind of a small fly within the men's urinal? Ladies, do you know that? Tail, do you know this? Never, ever? No, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. So, however, can you guess? Can you guess why we put a fake fly in the men's urinal? Can you guess? Ladies, can you guess why we put a fake fly in the men's urinal? What is the purpose of that? Tony, do you have that? Okay. So who else? Jimmy, and Penny, Chloe. No boy. Michael. Leia comes. Okay. Who else? Belinda, can you guess why we put a fake fly within the men's urinal? No. That's talk. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry, but however, man, we are stupid, man. We are stupid, absolutely, man. As we are born. We are born to be a hunter. So when we see a target, when we see our target, okay? So the naturally, unconsciously, okay? Unconsciously or naturally, okay? We target it, okay? So when we pee on the men's urinal, we target that fake fly, and then that helps us to avoid any cleaning problem. So when we do not have a target, we do not target anything, and we just spread out all our we urinate everywhere. And then somebody must clean that. However, when we have a target, when we have a target, we shoot that, go, kill that, wow. Exactly. Exactly. So this is an example of using human nature to manage their behavior unconsciously. We do not know. And we do not calculate. We do not, our brain, and we do not think. We do not think about, oh, there is a fly, and I must start. No, no, no. We never think about it. So when we see that, we target it. And we naturally change our behavior. We change our behavior unconsciously. Okay? So this type of understanding is conceptualized as behavioral economics. Behavioral economics. That is, okay, so maybe you heard about this nudge. Nudge. Do you know the nudge? Have you ever heard about the nudge? No. Nudge is this. Yeah, okay, here. And if somebody is there, okay, go ahead. This is nudge. Okay, that's how can I say, that's unconscious the intervention. Unconscious, we do not talk, but we change, we do some intervention, we do some intervention, and however we can in the throughout that kinds of the unconscious intervention, we can manage and we can change the human behavior, like the fly within the man's urinal. Okay, this kind of things is come from the, okay, our emotions and our thoughts. Okay, our thought, our emotions, and our unconscious something can be managed. If we know better about our human nature, maybe we can change our behavior unconsciously. Like this. If there is a target, man, exactly, okay, so we target it, and then we can avoid something. And this concept was conceptualized as a behavioral economics, and then one of the most popular book of the behavioral economics is Nudge, okay, intervening the human behavior unconsciously, and then the Professor Richard Thaler, and who was in the University of Chicago, and he is now in the University of Rochester. No. He come from the University of Rochester, and he is now working at the University of Chicago, and whatever. Okay, and Richard Thaler exemplified this men's urinal, the fake fly example, in order to introduce that his idea of the nudge behavioral economics. And let's try to listen his voice. Okay, so can you hear the voice? Can you hear the sound? Give me a second. I will change that. Can you hear the sound? Let's see. Yep. Yep. Oh, what are you doing? Okay, good. Let's see. Can you hear the sound? Okay, so I will stop that. Can you hear the sound? Make it bigger. Can you hear the sound or no? Any problem? No, no sound? Oh my. Let's see. Use the microphone. Okay, so how about this? Share. Use the microphone. Let's see. Good. And okay, let's see. Do it again.
It's funny. It's one paragraph in our book, but it's by far the most.
Okay, how about this? Can you hear the sound? Okay, good. So I will go there.
Famous example from the book. It turns out some genius, an economist, in fact, allegedly at least, an economist who works for the Amsterdam International Airport, Schiphol, got the brilliant idea to etch the image of a housefly in the urinals in the men's bathrooms at the airport. This image of a housefly, it looks extremely realistic. You can see a picture of it on our website, nudges.org. And it's located just near the drain. Now, it turns out that men, when they're taking care of their business, they're not fully attending to the task at hand. But, and I'm sure there's an evolutionary explanation for this, if you give them a target, they will aim. And according to the people who run the airport, spillage has been reduced by 80%. Now, that housefly has become my favorite illustration of a nudge. So what's a nudge? A nudge is some small feature of the environment that attracts our attention and alters our behavior. It comes down to values. So when should we nudge and when should we shove, I think is a political judgment. And obviously in some situations we need shoves. We need laws. Fraud is against the law. Murder is against the law. Drunk driving is against the law. We don't need just nudges. On the other hand, sometimes we can combine the two. So, for example, in some states, if you've been convicted of DWI, driving while intoxicated, after you serve your sentence and you get your license back, you also have to equip your car with some device that requires you to pass some sobriety test before you turn the car on. I think that's probably a good rule. So we can push the two, but where we're going to go on various public policy issues will be a political decision where, of course, people will differ.
Okay. He's Richard Thaler, professor of the Richard Thaler at the University of Chicago now. Okay, so yeah, can you hear me? Okay, so I will show another video. I will show another video. Can you see? Okay, please see this again. See this. Okay, and this is another example of the nut. This is another example of the nut. Okay, please see this. Okay, so the question is, can we get more people to choose the stairs by making it fun to do? Okay, whatever. So here is a case. Okay, so then, okay, so there are two options in front of you. The first option is using the stair, and another option is using the escalator. Okay, in this case, what do you want to use, escalator or the stair? Yeah, probably many of you use the escalator because that's more convenient. Okay. However, let's see how we can change the human choice, how we can change the human decision, how we can change the human behavior in a more creative way. Okay, yeah, this is the, well, recently we are applying this kind of the fund management. Fund management. Okay, so, okay, so what will be your choice when you have a piano stair? Piano stair versus escalator. What would be your choice? What would you choose? What would you choose if you have two options? Tail, what do you want to choose? Piano stair, okay? Lean. Ponytail. Blues, piano stair. Okay, why? Why do you want to choose the piano stair? Why people choose that? And more than 66% of people choose the piano stair. Piano stair. And you choose the piano stair. Why? Because it's fun. Absolutely. That makes us more positive, isn't it? I will do that. Absolutely. The escalator, I know, but however, it's much more convenient. But however, I would try to play the piano because that's fun, and that makes us more positive, and that gives us more energy. Okay, and however, here is a difference. Okay, here's a difference. Somebody told something. Somebody push you to choose the piano stair. Somebody push you to choose the stair? Nope. But however, we choose that. We choose that. Okay? Unconsciously. So as Richard Thaler said, okay, there are two continuums. There are two continuums in making the human behavior. Okay? No intervention to the strong intervention. Okay? That's a push. Intervention, no intervention, that's a free Okay. There is a two continuums, no intervention and the strong intervention. Okay, no intervention is a free and nobody talks or something, and the strong intervention is you must do this. This is a control. This is a control. Okay. However, the nudge or behavioral economics is a soft intervention between. That's not a very strong intervention. That's not a very strong intervention. Okay. But however, we just nudge and we change our human behaviors throughout the soft intervention. No talk, but however, we can change. Nobody talks about you must use. Okay, you must use stairs. Okay, nobody talks about it. But however, we manage and we suggest people to choose stairs naturally, unconsciously. We call this is a soft intervention. Okay, and okay, let's make an example. Let's make an example that's related with the human behavior. Mask. Mask. Okay, are you wearing the facial mask when you go out? Are you wearing mask when you go out now? Why? Why? What will happen if you do not take a mask? What will happen? Why you wear a mask? Me too. Yeah, whenever I go outside and whenever I go to the people, okay. Yeah, I go. Yeah, I take a mask. Protect yourself. Okay, so I know. However, somebody talks about somebody push that. Somebody push you to wear a mask. What will happen if you do not take a mask? You got a penalty. You got a penalty. And somebody comes to you and please please wear a mask. Some public places will allow you to come in. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we call that a strong intervention. Strong intervention. Okay, so there is a social pressure, and there is a regulation, and there is a lot of marks, and there are something. Okay, and then almost everybody know that though, if I do not take a mask, and I will get a penalty. I will get a penalty. So I know. Well then, I am following the regulation. I am following the regulation. I am following that word. We call that a propaganda. Propaganda or the normative. Okay, normative word. Okay, normative word and the catchphrase, whatever. Okay, so that is the regulation. Okay, whatever. So that's that regulation. And we call this is a strong intervention. Okay, and then these kind of word, okay, usually you should, you must. Okay, you should do this. You must do this, and you should work hard. You must work hard, and you must take the stairs. Okay, that's a strong intervention. Many times it works. Many times it works, but many times it does not work because that's stressful. That's stressful. Whenever I go out, okay, so I forget the taking the mask, and I forget something. I come back to go take a mask. I think that's stressful. So that people get tired. People get tired and they do not follow the guide. What will happen if your mom or if your father comes to you every moment and every day, and then they just say like this, you must work hard. You must work hard. You should work hard. Shut up and work hard. What will happen? Do you feel? And your manager, your boss comes to you, and then every moment, your boss comes to you, and then yeah, work hard, or I will tell you, you must work hard because I pay for your salary. You must work hard because we must complete this. You must work. Then what do you feel? Do you want to work? Yeah, yeah, work hard. That occurs a lot. When we apply that strong intervention, okay, when we work a very strong intervention, okay, it is good for short, okay, that is good for short time. Short time, short time, that will work. That probably work, but that is not sustainable because that is a control. That is control, and that is a stress. That gives us a lot of stress, and then make people negative. Absolutely, that is not sustainable. Got it? You got the point? What if we exercise at the strong intervention? You should do this. You must do this, and the propaganda as a citizen something. Okay, so we must do this. You must that. But yeah, no. It works well in short time. It can work well in short time, but it is not sustainable. Control people's behavior throughout a very strong intervention, it works short, but however, it's not sustainable. And many times it does not work in the 21st century because we solve a lot of the very complex and complicated problems by ourselves. But what if? What if? And what will happen if you do not say anything? What if you don't have a boss? No boss. You don't have a boss, and then okay, so no boss, and then nobody take care of your work, and then yeah, do you want to work? If you don't have a boss, and then if you do not have a teacher, if you do not have a parents, and then do you want to work? If your parents or if your mom does not say you must work, you must do this, and then your mom just come to okay, whatever you want. Yeah, I don't care. Do you want to work? No. No. Because we are human beings. We are lazy. If there is no intervention, okay, so we have a right to that thing. We don't need to do something. Absolutely. Because we are human beings. So, no intervention is not good. Very strong intervention is not sustainable. So, we do better to manage our human behavior. Solve to it. That is not a very strong intervention. You should do. No. I do not talk anything. But unconsciously, I would like to intervene your behavior. In order to do that, we must have a good understanding of our human nature, like this. And then, mostly, this kind of the not or the softy intervention is based on the human nature in searching for positivity. Okay? People searching for the fun. People love to be positive. Then if we can provide a positive something for the people, that make the people do that kind of behavior unconsciously. Okay, good. So we call this type of a nudge as a soft intervention. Soft intervention. Okay. So yeah, we must be more creative. Right now, in China, in Asia, okay, what will happen in China? Okay, we must wear a mask. Okay, and however, in the U.S., people don't need to wear a mask because nobody say that. In China, you are stressful. In the US, and nobody take care of that, and they are failing in the managing the coronavirus. What should we do? What can we do? To make the people wearing a mask without saying anything. Do you have any idea how we can make the people wear a mask without saying anything? Because I want to make the people more sustainable, and I don't want to make a stress on the people. Can we do something? Any good idea? Any idea? As a business problem solver, okay, absolutely, we must be able to manage the human behavior. This is how we manage the human behaviors. Okay, we call this is behavioral economics and the fund management or the nuts. Who can do this? We, business problem solvers. We must be able to do this because we must be able to manage the human behaviors. Think about it, how we can make the people wear a mask without saying anything. Show people the consequences of not wearing, that's negative, and that's very strong. That's a strong intervention. And people, we get tired of that. Make the people more positive thinking. That's yours. That's yours. However, yeah, in Korea, something is very interesting, and this is my face mask. This is my face mask, okay? And that's quite unique. This is quite unique, that's here, and this is something. And however, almost everybody wears a totally different mask. There is no standardized mask, and everybody bring their mask to show off. Well, I am committing, I'm wearing a mask, but however, I want to show my personality, I want to show my characteristics by using the mask. So, more fun masks. And then, I don't want to lose, and then I want to show myself. So that can be something. And maybe we can touch the human nature. Then we can intervene the human behaviors. Yeah, think about it like this. Okay, think about this. Is this expensive? Just drawing a fake fly in the man's urinal? Is it expensive? Is it a very strong intervention? No. We just attach a sticker. And then what happens? More than 60% of the clearing expenses was reduced. And what is the consequences of the escalator and not the escalator, but how about what is the consequences of using more stairs in the Swedish city, the Stockholm? And they reduce around 25% of the public health care cost expenses. Why? People exercise. People use the stairs and they work more. They work more. They exercise more. Then they can be healthy. And then that city reduce a lot of the public health care cost. Yeah, those Stockholm cities tell something? No, they didn't tell anything about it. They just intervene the human behavior. Well, would they manage their people's behavior a lot, and then they can achieve their goals. They can reduce the cost at all. We can reduce the clearing cost. That's related to cost. Okay? Absolutely, who must be able to reduce the cost? Business guys. That's our work. Okay. So this is a recent understandings based on the NUTS, behavioral economics, psychology, unconscious human cognition. We are now getting better understandings about the human's unconscious behavior, unconscious cognition. We use it. Really. No, we must be smart enough to change the human behavior unconsciously. That's our work in order to solve our business problems. Okay? Good. A long story short, please make people positive. It will be fun. Okay, that's getting more sustainable. Okay, and in a more recent years, we have a better understandings about the human behaviors, human nature, behaviors and the human nature. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so the decision making and how the people make a choice, and yeah, traditionally we know that we use brain, and we calculate. This is a traditional understanding. Okay. However, recently we get to know, absolutely, we know that, but we conceptualize that we use intuition. We use intuition to make a choice. That's related with the software intervention as well. And the intuitive decision-making approach is we do not think. We do not think. However, we follow our instinct. We follow our unconscious something. Least rational way of the decision making. We do not think. We do not calculate. However, we just make a choice based on nothing. Unconscious process create out of distilled experience. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are many times you listen our inner voice. We follow our instinct. Okay, let's think about it. When you encounter a big bear, what will you do? When you encounter a big bear in a deep forest, and what will you do? Immediately, you have only 1 second. You have only 1 second to make a choice. Oh, yeah, bear, gone. You have 1 second. What will you do? Wow. It go. Absolutely, you are run out. Absolutely. And then, do you think something? Do you think of something before running? Yeah. Yeah, because a bear comes and I must, yeah, I am thinking about it. I must go there and I must escape from there and I shouldn't stop. Do you think something before making a choice? Think nothing. And then why you behave like that? Why you run out? Even though you don't have any idea why you run out, why you rush, why you run, why you make that choice, why you make that decision, why you make that behavior. Why? Did you follow your brain or did you follow your instinct? Do you follow the brain or your instinct? Absolutely instinct. And then, is that a problem? Following your instinct is a problem. If you do not follow your instinct, what will happen? The bear, yeah. Then we think again. It's okay. Intuitive decision making is okay. Because we cannot know every single thing. We cannot calculate every single complex situation. We cannot know. Absolutely, we will try. We will try to think many things as much as possible. But how about if something is strange? That's okay. We do not follow. We do not follow our brain, but how about we can follow our instincts, especially in the urgent situation. In the urgent situation, in the crisis, in a very urgent risk situation. So the many times that the many professors and the many businesses and maybe you've heard about the risk management. Risk management, and we must become an expert of the risk management. And what is the most important risk of what is the most important risk avoid, okay? The most important risk avoid strategy. What is the best important? What is the most important? What is the best risk avoid strategy for human beings? Yeah, we suggest, and we suggest to calculate everything before making a choice. No. In risk management, no. In management, in general management, yeah, absolutely, we encourage you to think many things. But however, in risk management, in urgent crisis management, no, we do not suggest those kind of thinking something. Okay, we suggest you to follow your instinct. Believe in yourself, believe in your gut, believe in your heart, believe in your sense. Because we get to know better about our human nature. That's our recent approach in the 21st century. It's totally strange, but how about we suggest this? Because the business situation is totally complex and complicated. In many cases, we better to use our instinct. Something is better than nothing. The worst choice is no choice. The best choice, the worst decision is no decision. It's better to do something. It's better to make a choice. That's fine. Okay? And the gut. God's strategy is God is that God is here. God is here. Yeah. God is here. Okay. That is abdomen. That is abdomen. Okay. So abdomen is okay. So that is related with God, the instinct. That is related with the instinct. But however, that's related with bravery. You must be brave enough to do something. You must be brave enough. Okay, and especially the Jack Welch is straight from the gut. Straight from the gut is straight from my gut. Straight from my gut. Yeah. No matter what, I think okay. So no matter what, I make a choice. Shut up. We must go there. Okay. So gut leadership style and the gut decisions are commonly made in the moment of the crisis. Instinct, many times. Okay. So yeah, that is required for the managers, for leaders in crisis. Okay. What if you are a leader who are leading the 30 or 40 members? And however, if you are if you are wrecked in the ocean, and what will you do? It depends. And do you remember the U-571, the movie of the U-571 that I showed you before? Skipper Almighty. Okay, Skipper. Okay, Skipper must almighty, and the skipper must know everything. And skipper must be brave enough to lead somebody in crisis. Gut. Something is better than nothing, always. Don't be afraid to make your choice, and don't say like this, I don't know. That is not my responsibility. That is not my choice. Don't say that in front of the people. And then, a few hours ago, and then the Prime Minister of the Donald Trump in the U.S. and he said, the coronavirus is not my responsibility. What happened? What? And then the Prime Minister of the Japan, and then yesterday, and he said, coronavirus is not my responsibility. Don't say that. Even though that is not your responsibility, don't say that. Don't say in front of the people. Believe in your gut, and please use your gut, and please make a choice no matter what when you're getting crisis. Okay, and another one is a blink. Blink, the Malcolm Gladwell's blink is a power of the thinking without thinking. Thinking without thinking. Do you know the blink? Blink is like this. Blink. Blink is I blink. Okay. Yeah. Can you see that? Okay. Blink is I close and open within a second. Blink. Okay. Then within a second, we must make a choice. We can make a choice within a second. Okay. So that is okay. Give me a second. Okay. And I am describing that as like this. Okay, so can you read this? Yeah, 사무사. Okay. Okay, that is thinking without thinking. 사무사. Yeah. Thinking without thinking. Yeah. Can you understand this? We make a judgment within blink. It's possible. If you become an expert. Experts usually do that. Okay? The power of the thinking without thinking, and expert quickly and holistically and judge something throughout their think slicing. Yeah, they cannot capture all the necessary information or all the necessary data, but however, they just see some part of something and then they can judge. They can judge. Thinking without thinking. They feel something. Okay, we call that is a blink. Within a blink, we can make a choice. Okay, and the final one is a grit. Grit. And Angela Duckworth proposed that concept. Do we have enough? Give me a second. Give me a second, and then yeah, there is a grid, and yeah, that's a relatively long, but what I just show a short, maybe you can see that later. And the of course. Okay. So can you see this? Okay. Okay. Good. Can you see this video? Can you see this? She is Angela Duckworth. And she is a second generation of the Chinese immigrant. Okay, and yeah, maybe let's see in short. Okay.
When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job in management consulting for a job that was even more demanding, teaching. I went to teach 7th graders math. A teacher homework assignments. When the work came back, I calculated grades. What struck me was that IQ was not the only difference between my best and my worst students. Some of my strongest performers did not have stratospheric IQ scores. Some of my smartest kids weren't doing so well. And that got me thinking. Kinds of things you need to learn in 7th grade math, sure, they're hard. Ratios, decimals, the area of a parallelogram. But these concepts are not impossible. And I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn material if they worked hard and long enough. After several more years of teaching, I came to the conclusion that what we need in education is a much better understanding of students and learning from a motivational perspective, from a psychological perspective. In education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. But what if doing well in school and in life depends on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily? So I left the classroom and I went to graduate school to become a psychologist. I started studying kids and adults in all kinds of super challenging settings. And in every study, my question was, who is successful here and why? My research team and I went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to predict which cadets would stay in military training and which would drop out. We went to the National Spelling Bee and tried to predict which children would advance farthest in competition. We studied rookie teachers working in really tough neighborhoods. You're in teaching by the end of the school year. And of those, who will be the most effective at improving learning outcomes for their students? We partnered with private companies asking which of these salespeople is going to keep their jobs and who's going to earn the most money. In all those very different contexts, one characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. And it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is...
Okay.
So I'd better to stop here. And the greet. Greet. Come here, come here, come here. No, 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 no. Come here. Yep, here we go. Okay, so she just the example of the Greek. She just introduced that the Greek. And actually that Greek concept comes from the Carol-Dweck's study. And then, yeah, Carol-Dweck's study. And Carol-Dweck was a professor at the UCLA, the education, UCLA education. And she proposed the Greek concept many years ago. And then, yeah, that lady, the Angela Duckworth, exemplified and studied more about it, what is the impact of the grid on the human performance, because she was a business consultant. She was a business consultant. And he graduated at Columbia University. Columbia MBA. He graduated Columbia MBA. And she worked many years as a business consultant. And however, suddenly, yeah, she transformed herself to the teacher. And then, yeah, she was curious about it, why people behave like that, and then why a few number of the students are very successful, but the others are not. And then she was curious about it. And as a business problem solver, she wanted to solve that problem. And then she studied about it, what makes the people behavior. And then she found out that there is a concept of the grid. And the grid defines human behavior. And what is a grid? And she talks something about it. The grid is living life something. Okay, that's a possibility. No. The grid is this. The grid is here. GRIT. That is the composition of this. That's the acronyms of this. Growth mindset. You have a growth mindset. Okay, so you will work. If you're resiliency, okay, so everybody can experience that the failure, even though you're failing, okay, so yeah, okay, that's fine, and I'll go forward. That's the resiliency, okay? And the instinct, okay, you feel you're something, you feel something, and then you just grasp that kind of the motivation or something. Yeah, just to feel, okay, that's a feeling. That's a feeling of, I must be good. I can make a success. Or I feel positive. And absolutely, I must accomplish this. That's the instinct. That's the nature. That's your inner voice. Then those guys who are attached to your inner positive self, you can do work. And the last one is a tenacity. Tenacity is a perseverance. You work continually. You never get back. You never step down. You never drop out. But however, you just go no matter what. Okay? Growth mindset, resiliency, instinct, and tenacity. That is grit. So if people have those kind of the four characteristics, they are highly motivated and they go forward. And even though their intelligence is not good and that their some social status is not good, but they make a final they behave like that. Okay? So all the Beijing University graduates, all the Harvard business graduates will, yeah, they must be smart, but they can succeed. No. And yeah, the Alibaba Jack Ma. Okay, so Jack Ma, what was his job? Did he graduate the Beijing University, Tsinghua University, or the Harvard University? What was his job? He was a business? No, he didn't have a business degree. Well, however, he is one of the largest. His business is one of the largest business in the world because he had a grit. He had a very strong growth mindset. He always failed, And however, he just step up. He believes his instinct. He is a very positive self-image, and he wants to achieve that. And he never stopped trying. Tenacity, perseverance. That was his attitude. That was his behavior. That was his choice. That was his decision. And he made a success. We have a better understanding of our decisions like this. Maybe you can feel this is quite strange, and many times in the business education, and maybe you hear about it. Okay, science, scientific, rational reasonings. Use your brain. Don't use your emotions. You don't need to be an emotion. No, but however, in my class, organizational behavior, as a business guy, I want to say it's okay to your choice. That's your decision. Don't be afraid to make your own choice. Don't be afraid of your don't be afraid of making your own decision. It's okay. Use your gut. Use your instinct. Be positive. It's okay. We make a choice. Then we go forward in any situation. That's what we need to do in recent years. Okay? Okay, that's our the human decision making. Okay, we learned about the conventional decision making theories, and however, in 21st century, we know much better about ourselves in terms of the decision making. So don't worry about yourself. Just be yourself and just make a choice. It's okay. Good. That is it today. And any question? And if somebody asks, okay, so what, hey, professor, what if I make a mistake from my bad choice? Don't worry, it's natural. You just wake up, you take it, and then you learn, and you go forward. Okay, any question? Were there any concern? No? Okay, good. Then, can I see you next Monday? Next Monday? Next Monday. Can I see you next Monday? Okay, I will see you then. I will see you then. Oh, I'm sorry for my technical problem today. I will fix that. I will fix that.